Hello, all you amazing and wonderful people. Welcome back to the channel, IStandAlone Gaming. And today we're going to be playing something a little different. It's going to be called Marvelsnap. It's basically a card game. It's pretty interesting. All the cards obviously have different stats and effects and stuff like that, like most card games. But the reason I enjoy this one is because it's like a 6-round match. So you only play for 6 rounds, and whoever wins at the end of the 6 rounds is basically the winner. So it's pretty short. It's sweet. It's free to play on both mobile and Steam at the time. Still early access, as you can see down in the bottom left. But it's definitely pretty fun. And since I haven't had time to play longer games like Satisfactory and finish my factory over there because mainly I've been sick and a few other personal endeavors, I've been playing this. So we're going to go ahead and do a few matches. And if people are enjoying this kind of game, and there's enough interest, maybe I'll pursue making more videos of this. So with that being said, let's go ahead and pick our deck. I already got pretty far in this game, so I have a bunch of decks already. We're going to go ahead and play this one. And basically this is my deck right here. You get 12 cards in a deck. You get to select from multiple cards that you have. You slowly unlock them as you continue to play more and more. In the very beginning, it's pretty difficult to get cards, but once you get further along, it's a little bit easier. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our first match. So let's go ahead and hit play. Alright, so now it's finally working. If you're new to the game, I definitely highly recommend going through and reading cards and figuring out what they do. I'll go through the ones that I currently have in my deck. But essentially, the blue indication is how much energy the card costs, and the yellow or orange right here is how many power the card has. So, can't play anything on turn 1 because you only get 1 energy. I do have a few 1 energy cards, but you did not draw them in the first hand, unfortunately. And there are locations, so each location has a certain buff. It pretty much tells you exactly what is on there. The first location is revealed the first turn, second location revealed second turn, third location revealed on the third turn. So the Nexus is a very nice location. So if I sound a little different, my cold is just kind of letting up. I had a cold for, I want to say like a week and a half maybe. And it's definitely been interesting, to say the least. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and drop Sunspot. So Star-Lord's pretty cool. There's basically 3 different types of cards. There's on reveals. Well, I guess 4. On reveal, there's one that's just like a regular effect, which is this, where it doesn't have an on reveal or ongoing. And then there's ongoing cards, which basically have that power indefinitely, or unless they get countered by other cards. And then there's also like non-ability cards. So Sunspot's pretty good because basically if you place him down, he costs 1 energy, and the energy that you do not spend goes towards his power. So once the turn is over, he'll gain this as his power, which is pretty cool. So we could go ahead and play Super Scroll here. Super Scroll steals all the ongoing effects from enemy cards. So for example here, Captain America is ongoing. He increases everybody by 1, and Super Scroll will steal that ability.
Wind, aid my hand.
So we're doing pretty decent. I think we're going to end up winning Nexus here, but what we're going to do on this turn is we're going to go ahead and use Juggernaut. And this is pretty nice because Juggernaut on reveal will send whoever he puts here in this location to another location. Not only that, but we'll gain the 2 power that we're going to not use. If I can speak today, that'd be great. And he went ahead and used both cards here, so that's even better actually. So this means we'll knock both these cards away. Like so. And now what we could do is drop either Red Skull here, which would be nice, and then we should win this location and this location. So it depends on what he drops here now, but I highly think that we will win this. The only downside about Super Scroll here is he gives the enemy cards at this location extra power. But I think we're going to have enough of a lead to make it work. Ooh, barely. So we did end up winning this location. I don't think we're going to win this one. Yeah, we lost all of them. It's the name of the game sometimes, though. You never really know what your opponent has. You never know what they're going to play. So sometimes you just got to go for it. So we're going to play a few of these and just see how we can get along here. And like I said, if there's enough interest of seeing more videos of this, maybe I'll do live streams, or we'll just see how much you guys are interested. So on the left is the deck that I am using. There is an app that lets me see, or it doesn't really let me see what deck they're going to use, but it tells me the cards that they played. And you know, sometimes it's nice to know, but you can also just pay attention to what they have. Most decks are pretty similar once you get used to the game. So, for example, there's called movement decks, where they basically move back and forth between locations. There's discard decks, where you discard and you actually gain power through discarding and stuff like that. And then, like I said, locations are different. So, in order to clear out these rocks, you got to skip your turn, and that's for both players. So if he doesn't skip, kind of like that. But you can also kill him with Killmonger. So Killmonger's a pretty OP card at this stage of the game, in my opinion. He destroys all level 1 or 1 cost cards. And there's a lot of decks right now that are 1 cost. So fortunately, though, he played it already, so I can go ahead and play my Sunspot and not have to worry about it. Alright, let's go ahead and skip. So this is a clear destroy deck. And the reason I know this is because typically Nova and Sabretooth have benefits when they are destroyed. So unfortunately, if you see that his name is highlighted, it actually shows you up on the top right. Your name will be in the top left. I don't have mine highlighted in the video. But if your name tag or your nameplate is highlighted, that means you have priority, which means your cards flip first. So if your opponent is highlighted like it is now, it means he'll get to flip first. So that means if I played like something like Cosmo here, even though it would stop him from having on reveal abilities, if it doesn't go first, it kind of does not help you. So I'm going to go ahead and play it anyway, just to show you what I mean. But basically, he's going to go ahead and flip another card here. Venom is going to destroy all of these cards. And Venom takes the buff, or he basically takes the power of all of those cards. If we would have got the Cosmo to play first, which we didn't, clearly, it would have actually stopped Venom from triggering. It wouldn't allow any of those cards to be destroyed, and that's why he's clearly giving me the thumbs up here. So we might end up losing this fight, but we're doing pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and drop Destroyer. So the thing about Destroyer is he destroys all your cards on the field. The reason we are going to play him is because we already played Cosmo. I shouldn't destroy him. Cosmo stops on reveal effects. Since Destroyer is on reveal, it will not be triggered. So let's go ahead and see what happens. He's probably going to play Scroll or somebody. Maybe Death on the left-hand side. Probably beat us that way. Or he doesn't know what he's going to do. There you go. See? Death. Figured. And Null. There you go. So we ended up winning that location, but of course we lost to the 2 over here. And that is what it is. It's really only because I played Cosmo when I did. I could have just played it on the other side or vice versa. But I wanted to show you what I meant. So let's go ahead and play a couple more. Maybe one of these I'll actually win. And we'll go from there. Elysium is a very nice location. Reduces the cost of all your cards by 1. He went ahead and played Star-Lord. We went ahead and played Star-Lord, and we evened up. Alright, so I think we're going to go ahead and play... Let's go Cosmo Center. Angel's not a terrible card, but it's not the best. We could go ahead and play Super Scroll, just in case he has anything ongoing. I think we're going to go ahead and do that over to the right side. Black Cat and Sentinel, it's not a bad combination. I think we're going to go ahead and play Professor X in the middle here. I think most of his deck is going to be on reveal. And if that is correct, that means he will avoid Cosmo. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. So it was was on reveal. It stopped him from playing there. Although we evened up the match there. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and place Claw right here. Reason being, Claw will power up this side, and he also puts his own power in this location. We could go ahead and play him. We could go ahead and play Titania. And we'll play Destroyer over here. So what I'm thinking is, even though we'll destroy our Super Scroll here, Armor will save all these guys. Claw will still win this location. And between Destroyer and all these other cards over here, possibly win one of the outside locations. Let's go ahead and see what happens. That's very unfortunate. The Enchantress stops our Claw from winning us that last location. And we are going to lose yet again. Not doing so hot. Of course, as soon as you turn the camera on, it's usually how it works out for you. But we're just going to go and do a few. And like I said, if we're getting, people that want to see content like this, I'll go ahead and post some more videos of maybe highlights or me actually kicking some ass instead of going on a losing streak here. But it is what it is. So the cool thing about Nebula is every time your opponent doesn't play a card here, she gains 2 power, which means they're more likely to place another card here. With that being said, that means Star-Lord is more likely to get his trigger, because if an opponent plays a card at the same time you play the Star-Lord, he gets a little buff, like so. Alright, so what I think is we're going to go ahead and Juggernaut now. I have a really strong feeling they're going to want to stick to this location, unless they really want Vibranium, which typically doesn't happen. Typically, unless you have like something you want hidden, people will avoid Dark Dimension. Usually it's like a discard deck. Or I bet you he has Patriot. Patriot increases the power of cards like Misty Knight and stuff like that that doesn't have abilities. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be a Patriot. Yeah, all of his cards do not have abilities. So if each one of these cards gets +2 power, that's an extra 6. He'll be up to 18. Assuming he doesn't have like Blue Marvel or something like that, which would make it up to like 22. We probably could go ahead and Professor X over here. And, but that's taking a risk because he may just decide to drop a card over there. Yeah, but screw it. Let's go ahead and see what happens. And he dropped Bast. So Bast is a pretty decent card, but that means we lock down that right position here. So we could go ahead and drop Claw here and then a Vibranium. I think that's our best bet. I still think this is a Patriot, which is going to drop him up to 18, like I said. And then maybe Blue Marvel here. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Patriot, yep. First card. Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.
And a Wasp. So we did beat him over here on this location, and we took the W because of Professor X. But yeah, if he had, like, say for example, Patriot and then Mystique, Mystique copies a ongoing effect. He probably could have won that left location as well. Let's go ahead and play one more. And like I said, let me know in the comments if this is something you want to see more of, or if you just want more content of, or if you want to see like cards, or if you want to see, say for example, they have like little chests that you can open to make unlocks of new cards and new variants and stuff. Let me know if you'd be interested in that, or just let me know in general if you want to see any specific games that you're more interested in seeing, and I'll definitely check them out. But let me know down in the comments, and we'll go from there. I really like this, I don't know how to pronounce it, Muir Island, something like that. Always increases your card's power every turn. It's very useful to have like Juggernaut and stuff like that during this kind of location, because say for example he places 2 cards, Juggernaut will knock them away, and instead of getting the power up that he's expecting, like so, it'll power up both my cards, and he's stuck over there. So we're going to go ahead and place Nebula over here. We're going to place Cosmo right here, and we're going to end our turn.
Clear for takeoff.
We are going to play Super Scroll and end our turn. Alright, we're doing pretty good, Let's go ahead and play Red Skull right in the center here. I don't think he'll play more than 2 cards. Plus, we'll still get the buffs at the end of the turn. We got a Mind Stone. And a Spider-Man. We weren't going to play there next round anyway, so that's okay with me. We're still getting the power-ups on the left. He's going to have to either take the left or the right. And what we're going to do is play Destroyer here, because Cosmo and Destroyer will make it so Destroyer does not activate, and it'll save all my cards. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. So far, it looks like we're getting the W. Ooh, Shang-Chi. It's a good card to play. However, it looks like we are still victorious. And we are still victorious. Even though Shang-Chi destroyed our Red Skull here, these 2 cards have been powering up almost every turn, and they had enough power to overwhelm all 3 of their cards. Alright, so with that being said, that'll be the end of this episode. If you enjoyed this game, or if you want to see more content of Marvelsnap, please let me know in the comments. I'd greatly appreciate it. But if you enjoyed this video, or if you just enjoyed watching me play this game, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate that. But with that being said, thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next video. Take care.